The Lord Panic, Rolo, I think this may be a silly question, but from your perspective, would life and or the sexual marketplace be like 80-20 rule was reversed? Wait a minute. That would life or the sexual marketplace, what would it be like if the 80-20 rule were reversed? I think those are kind of like hypothetical questions. Like if that were the case, then because what would happen is you would have to completely flip the attraction dynamic for that to be something. And in a sense, like the 80-20 rule is not necessarily based on like the quality of the guy. It's what are women attracted to and what do they need at a particular time. Remember, okay, children, let's do a little bit of remedial.
Hello there, children. How's it going?
Okay, so the remedial lesson in the 80-20 rule is this, okay? 20% of guys are not fucking 80% of women, all right? Get that out of your fat head. All right. When I'm going to debunk the red pill. Rollo thinks that 80% of women want to bang 20% of guys. Ha, ha, ha. No, that's not it. Stop it. 100% of women want to get with the top 20% of men. That's, if you want to go the 120 rule, there you go. The problem with that is that the 20% of guys who the women find, at least in somewhat, they're open to some kind of, discourse with them. They're attracted to those guys. Like that doesn't mean that means they are not the 20% of guys might potentially be acceptable to a woman. 80% of guys are unacceptable. They are unattractive. I've got the stats. How many times do you want me to throw this out there? I should just keep them in the sidebar just so you can see them all the time. 80% of guys are deemed unattractive, not attractive, not maybe, not if he got himself into a better shape. No, they are unattractive. That's what that means. That's why there's the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule applies only to guys. Only to guys, all right? There's 80% of guys. When I say the 80%ers, those are the beta males. Those are the guys that are just like, women don't want to have anything to do with them under normal circumstances, certainly under social media circumstances. Then there's the 20% of guys who are not necessarily attractive, but they could be. They're considerable. Okay. Then, and it gets worse from here. Then there are the 4.5% of guys who are so attractive that women will actually initiate conversations with those guys online, on Bumble, on Hinge, on Tinder, on, I don't know, Match.com, whatever it is. Those guys, the 4.5%ers, those are the guys that nobody wants to talk about. Those are the guys, you want to talk about hypergamy? That's your hypergamy right there. There's only 4.5% of guys, at least according to modern statistics right now, that women find attractive enough that they will initiate the conversation. And that's really when you think about it in a larger sort of global gynocentric sense, those are the only guys who should ever be making any kind of approach on a woman. Anything else is creepy. Now, like I said, Sadie Hawkins' world, right? Sadie Hawkins' dance where the girl asks the guy out so that they can all go to the dance. The reason why that dance doesn't work is because it eliminates all of the attractive, cute boys on the school to go to the dance. That leaves all the ugly girls who didn't want to get with the 80%ers or even like part of the 20%ers. They go home and they commiserate together and they don't go to the dance. And then there's the 80% of guys who never got asked because it's the Sadie Hawkins dance. And they go and they I don't know, do 4-hour MGTOW dictionary podcasts and commiserate about their state, right? But then there's the 4% of guys. If you think about it, 4% of guys, 4.5% of guys, if you figure that they are only pairing off with one guy and one girl, that's only 4.5% of women who either were lucky enough to get that guy or they're attractive enough for the top 4.5% of guys to actually want to go to the Sadie Hawkins dance with. And by Sadie Hawkins dance, I mean actually get together and bang. So that's where we're at societally today. You want to know why the fertility rate is what it is? That's why.